Welcome to this deep dive. I'm really glad you're joining us today because we are getting into something that is, frankly, just completely changing how we interact with software.
Yeah, it's a massive shift. I mean, we are looking at a fundamentally different approach to automation.
Right. And our mission today for you listening is to really understand this transition. We're moving away from these massive, potentially dangerous monolithic AI systems and toward these highly secure, lightweight, containerized AI agent swarms.
Exactly. And to do this, we're relying on some incredible firsthand documentation. We are pulling from two very technical, very hands-on YouTube channels.
Yeah, vibe code wiki and income stream surfers.
Right, and these creators, they aren't just reading press releases. They're showing their raw, unedited screens. They're setting these things up, testing them, and showing us the actual reality of these tools.
Which is so valuable because imagine an AI assistant that actually does your work while you sleep. I mean, you literally wake up and your messy code is fixed, your projects are organized, but, and this is the crucial part, it is locked in a digital sandbox.
Right, it can't ruin your computer.
Exactly. It can't accidentally wipe your hard drive. So, okay, let's unpack this. To really understand why a new tool called NanoClaw is taking the tech world by storm, we first have to look at the current heavyweight champion, which is OpenClaw.
Yeah, OpenClaw is the monolith we're talking about. And what's fascinating here is the sheer scale of the security vulnerability with it.
Because it's huge. Oh,
Is massive. OpenClaw boasts around 434,000 lines of code.
wow, 434,000.
Yeah, and it has thousands of contributors who are just rapidly submitting merge requests on GitHub,
So it's constantly changing.
constantly, which
Yeah.
means it is virtually impossible to fully audit for security flaws. You just can't track it all.
I mean, watching these creators, they act like giving OpenClaw full computer access is a ticking time bomb. Using OpenClaw is like giving a brilliant but highly unpredictable assistant the master keys to your entire house, hoping they just clean the kitchen and, don't accidentally sell your furniture.
That is a perfect analogy, because OpenClaw uses what's called a single process shared memory architecture.
Okay, what does that mean in English?
It means everything the AI does, all its tasks, all the files it reads, it all happens in one big shared digital space.
So the kitchen is just one giant cutting board for every chef.
Exactly. Whereas NanoClaw, which was built by Quibbit, the founder of Quibe, it solves this through OS container isolation.
OS container isolation, like putting the assistant in a locked workshop?
Yes. It uses Docker, so the AI is completely sandboxed. It only sees what you explicitly allow it to see.
And people are trusting this.
Absolutely. Even trusted tech figures like Louis Rossmann have validated NanoClaw's approach.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and because of that security, despite being tiny, NanoClaw is only about 4,000 lines of code. It already has around 14.2K to 20K stars on GitHub.
That's a huge jump.
And the 2,000 forks, developers are swarming to it.
But wait, I have to push back a little here. If NanoClaw is safely locked in a box, and it's literally 100 times smaller than OpenClaw, I mean, 4,000 lines versus over 400,000, doesn't it lose functionality?
It sounds like it should, yeah.
Right. How can a 4,000-line program do more heavy lifting than a 400,000-line one? Here's where it gets really interesting.
Well, it's because NanoClaw isn't trying to be the whole brain. It's an orchestrator.
Ah.
It supports what they call agent swarms. So it's not one agent trying to do everything. It's a team of specialized agents that collaborate.
So it delegates.
Exactly. If we connect this to the bigger picture, it's like a highly effective human corporate structure. You have small, focused teams with specific data access, and they just outperform massive, unstructured group projects.
That makes total sense.
And crucially, each of these groups in the swarm has its own isolated Claude MD memory.
Oh, so they don't get confused with each other.
Right, and their own isolated file system. It prevents the bloat and the cross-contamination we saw in OpenClaw.
And it runs directly on the Anthropic Agents SDK, right?
It does, which makes it incredibly streamlined. In fact, it features 0 config files.
0. None at all.
None. The creator on ViveCodeWiki noted it takes about 8 minutes to fully understand NanoClaw.
8 minutes.
Yeah, compared to OpenClaw, which can take a user 1 to 2 weeks just to configure properly.
That is a night and day difference.
And it's powerful, too. It has a skill system, so you can just add, say, Gmail capabilities to an agent. And it handles scheduled recurring tasks, like morning briefings or weekly reviews.
So what does this all mean for the actual setup? Because, understanding the theoretical power of an agent swarm is great, but how hard is it for you, the listener, to actually implement this?
It is shockingly simple.
Yeah, the creators documented the setup process, and it's entirely AI native. There are no installation wizards. You don't click next 20 times.
Right. No bloated installers.
It takes exactly 3 lines of code. You clone the GitHub repository, you change directories using the cd command, and you just type Claude space setup.
And that's it.
That's it. And the AI itself handles the setup.sh script. It checks your machine for Docker to make sure the isolation is ready. It's so ironic, honestly.
Yeah.
We are literally using Claude to configure and build the sandbox that Claude will live inside.
It's very meta.
Very meta. But then, to interact with it, you don't use a complicated dashboard. The creator from Income Stream Surfers just connected it to Discord.
Yeah, that was a brilliant workaround.
He created a bot named Bobby through the Discord developer portal.
But you have to be careful there, right, with the permission.
Yeah, you have to enable specific intents. So he had to toggle the message content and server members' intents and then generate an OAuth URL to invite Bobby to his server.
Which is great because the ecosystem is really trying to lower the barrier to entry here. Discord is easy, but other interfaces like Telegram and WhatsApp are supported natively too.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah, and you aren't locked into one LLM either. You can swap in alternative models like Minimax.
But the creator did have a huge warning about how you pay for this.
Oh, definitely. You cannot use a standard $20 Claude consumer web subscription for this.
Right, because it's doing so many automated tasks in the background, you'll just get banned.
Exactly. The terms of service aren't built for that. It is much safer and honestly required to use an Anthropic API key. You just pay for the compute you actually use.
Which makes sense. And speaking of making things accessible, even the older OpenClaw ecosystem is trying to keep up.
Yeah, the Vibecode wiki creator mentioned a tip for getting 3 free days of OpenClaw.
Right, through InstaClaw or Cloud Code, just to let people try it out. But, okay, now that our AI swarm is set up, it's sandboxed, it's chatting with us on Discord, what does it actually do in the real world?
This is where it gets crazy.
The sources show some unbelievable automation, like thumbnail automation.
Yes, the Income Stream Surfers creator.
He safely gave NanoClaw access to just one specific local directory, which he called YouTube Master.
Just that one folder, nothing else.
Right, so the security is intact. And then he scheduled a recurring hourly job. Every hour, the AI independently finds a new video idea for his niche, and then it generates a custom thumbnail based on his specific design system.
It is like having a team of digital worker bees that just never sleep.
Yes. But because of NanoClaw's security, they only have access to the specific flowers you point them to. His excitement was infectious. I mean, imagine waking up to 24 fully planned, fully designed video concepts.
It's game-changing for creators. But it goes beyond just images. He also mentioned a sauce product he built using Claude code.
Oh, HarborSEO.ai.
Right, Harbor SEO. It's an agent that automatically injects metadata, alt text, and schema directly into browsers to fix a website's optimization.
And it had that feature, Harbor Chat.
Yeah, where you can literally just ingest a messy, chaotic spreadsheet, and with a one-click generation, it outputs 15 fully optimized articles based on that data.
It's doing hours of data entry and copywriting in a single click.
It is. But, this raises an important question about autonomy. Well, making thumbnails and articles is impressive. But the creator on Vibecode Wiki brought up a project called Conway Research.
Oh man, the Conway research stuff is wild.
It is a total paradigm shift. They are building perpetual automation.
Meaning there is no human in the loop at all.
Zero human involvement. These are evolving agents that provide services on the web, they monetize themselves, and then they use their own earnings to automatically pay for their own compute power.
They pay their own server bills.
Yes, they are self-sustaining.
That just crosses the line from being a tool into being an independent digital entity. It's earning money to keep itself alive.
Exactly. It's managing its own economics.
So for you listening, let's just recap where we are because this journey is moving so fast. We are rapidly transitioning out of the Wild West era of these massive, highly privileged AI monoliths.
Like OpenClaw.
Right. And we are moving into a future of sleek, containerized agent swarms.
And the best part is, whether you're a developer or just someone wanting to automate your messy spreadsheets and daily tasks safely, this technology is accessible right now.
3 lines of code and you have an isolated sandbox.
Yeah, the barrier to entry has completely vanished.
It really has. But looking at Conway Research, I want to leave you with a final thought to mull over.
Okay, let's hear it.
If we now have these isolated AI agent swarms that can be scheduled to perform complex recurring tasks, research the web, and even pay for their own computing power using their own generated income,
Yeah.
what happens when an autonomous AI agent encounters a physical task it simply can't do through a screen?
Oh, wow.
With its own digital bank account, what happens when it decides it needs to log on to Upwork or Fiverr and hire a human freelancer to complete a job for it?
That is wow.
When an algorithm is the one paying your freelance invoice, who is really managing who?